for joining us on our first ever review video. I'm Christina.
And I'm Danny.
And we're happily ever after.
After.
So we'll be reviewing today for you Crumbl cookies. We just recently got back on a trip to Gatlinburg, and we went by the Crumbl in Pigeon Forge on the way back and stopped and picked up this week's selections. So when you go to Crumbl, if you've never been, you have the option to choose either the mini or the large cookies. And they have usually like a local favorite flavor. They have sometimes some leftovers of the week before flavors, and then they have 6 flavors that they introduce each week. So we got a random selection, and we are going to each take a bite of one of them and tell you what we think. And I'll tell you what they are as if I can remember as we go.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't remember what all they were. You had wanted to go to a Crumbl cookie for a while, and we were in the. We've got some other videos that are going to hopefully be coming out if we can get them filmed, and the Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area. That was a cool, and we'll be talking about it some, but a cool, what was it?
It's the Mountain Mile. And so if you're familiar with the Pigeon Forge area, it is back behind the strip, and it is, what is it, Guy Fieri's
Yeah, the Flavor Town.
Flavor Town.
Yeah,
so that's like the anchor. Flavor Town is like the anchor. And they've also put a bunch of good new hotels, like really nice builds that are new builds back behind there. So hopefully we can stay in one of those pretty soon and review that as well. That's kind of what we're thinking about for our next little getaway. But Crumbl, like all good things, like Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A, they're closed on Sundays. And so usually when we're able to be out and about, it is on a Sunday. But luckily, since we were on a vacation for spring break week, we were able to stop by and get some, and they are kind of pricey, so we're about to figure out if these are worth the hype. I am not a huge sweet eater. He is, so his review will probably mean more than mine. But we will give you our honest opinion on the flavors for this week, and like I say, next week you'll have a whole different selection. Maybe a few of these carry over. I do know I read somewhere that each week they have some form of chocolate chip. So like they'll have, this one is milk chocolate chip. They had last week, I think it was like dark chocolate chunk. They'll have like semi-sweet something, but they have some kind of chocolate chip every week. That's kind of like their anchor cookie, I guess.
This one of them in here's got salt on it. I'm a little nervous about that one.
So let's get started. Chocolate. I know everybody's ready to see. So this is what the box looks like. They are good size. I will say this box is heavy. And they are little, I mean,
huge.
I hate to say, hold one up to my hand. Pick one up. I mean, they're bigger than my hand pretty much. And so these, for 6 of the large box, and some of them, of course, I always have to get something that's a little bit extra above the price range. But they have a dessert of the month and a cake of the month. And those are actually, I think they're like $1.49 or $1.69 more each. So it's like 6 cookies plus those. So now we're going to cut into the first cookie, and we're going to try the milk chocolate. And to be honest, I mean, you could probably quarter this and eat on. Actually, they have a little tool there that's really cool to quarter it with, but I do not want that much, so I'm going to cut in and get me just like a tiny little pizza wedge.
Now that's the one I picked up.
I am going to get one with a lot of chocolate.
And so it seemed dense, very dense.
So it's kind of thick. And I'm going to try a bite of it.
Got my finger in the camera there.
We should have got waters like professional tasters.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cut you a piece, and then I'm going to swap and hold the camera for you. And then I will reserve my review on this one until...
All right, here we go. Wait, this one has more chocolate. Let's try this.
All right, you go ahead and give your review, and then we'll swap back.
It's good. It's not near as rich as I thought it would be. In fact, if it wasn't for the chocolate, it would be kind of bland, in my opinion.
Agreed. I'm going to go ahead and let you cut the next, and I'll give my opinion just verbally on here.
Now, what kind of, zoom in on
that. All right, so this one, that is the ultimate peanut butter.
Oh, see, I like this one. I'll
So
go
the
ahead and
chocolate
cut
chip,
it.
I mean, it was a good
That was
cookie. It's
delicious.
big. It's worth what you pay for, I think. It's heavy. It is dense. It's not sweet. So if you're somebody that doesn't like sweet cookies, then you would like that.
Right. I'm gonna get this little piece here, or a big piece. Okay.
All right, swap back around.
It's not. Oh yeah. Oh, and I gotta get my review.
Stop stealing my
Yeah, I
thunder.
don't want to. Okay. So there's
All
your
right.
piece there.
So let me try. It's big.
We'll cut it in half.
I am.
That's what she said.
You want me to cut it in half? Okay, I'll go first on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually love peanut butter cookies.
Mm-hmm.
If that had something chocolate with it,
Right.
it would be great, like a little icing
I can make
chocolate
you some in the
swirl or
kitchen.
something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot softer than the other cookie. It's a lot thinner. Peanut butter is usually not my favorite, but I probably like it better than the chocolate chip.
Now I'll tell you what my thought on it. I don't get as much peanut butter as just butter. I taste a lot of like butter.
And I don't think it was like a brown butter cookie with peanut butter or something. I think it was called the ultimate peanut butter. But I agree.
It was good, but yeah. All right, do we want to try the one I'm nervous about? I want to save the cake for last.
Yeah, let's try the two desserts last.
Will we pay more for them?
Yes. So we'll save the best for last, theoretically.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So this is the salted caramel toffee.
Now,
sea salt caramel toffee, I think.
When we bought it, you could see the salt on top, like SEE, the salt on top. And now you can't. So I guess maybe it dissolved. When you went down to another store and I waited on them to finish, and like they're back there, I don't know what they were doing. I know they ice one of them
maybe
up.
They ice them freshly.
I guess so, but so I don't know if maybe they heat them up before they. I don't know. All right, so I may not like this one. I may love it. All right, here we go.
If you didn't spit it out, you at least don't hate it. All right. All right, so I'm gonna start, and then you can do yours. So it's a dry cookie. Not really sweet. No. It's not savory. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's rich. It's like a really rich flavor, but it's not really sweet. I don't think I got a chocolate chip. I think you cheated me out of a chocolate chip or something that's in there. But I like it. It almost has a brownie taste, a little bit. Which is not as chewy, but it is dry. But I don't hate it, and I don't taste a ton of salt.
No.
So let's swap back.
All right, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and get mine, and you cut the next one because you do better at cutting. Are we going for Big Mama there?
No, I was sliding that one over.
All right. I mean, the chocolate flavor is good, but it reminds me of something I've had before, and I can't really. It's almost the kind of chocolate like, I mean, not to use a cheap cookie, but like an Oreo.
It is.
That Oreo flavor to it, but I can't taste the salt. But I feel
there is like now that it's been a minute, like I can taste a little bit of saltiness now that
it's like you just ate a French fry.
Right, and then you start thinking, I could use something to drink.
It's way back. I mean, it takes a while to hit you. Okay, so what kind?
So I think she said we asked what. There were a couple. Yeah. I'm sliding it over.
All right.
So we asked, and what some of the most, or what the most popular were this week, because we had never been there, like I said. And they have a rewards program. So if you go, all you got to do is give them your, was it phone number? I think it's just your phone number.
Yeah.
And like before we left, I got a text that said if we rated the Crumbl we were at, that we would get some kind of a reward for our next visit. So
all we got to do is drive back to
or any
Crumbl cookie, because they've got them in Huntsville.
We've got one probably, within an hour of us, several different.
By the way, we're located in northeast Alabama. So we're not far from Huntsville. Does Chattanooga have one?
I'm sure. Probably in one of the very congested areas, though.
It takes you 5 hours to drive through Chattanooga.
I think I'm cutting through something. All right, I'm going to get that. No, well, if I could cut it with a plastic knife. All right, this is a very small piece, so I may have to go back and get a second one. All right, so this is
just mine.
That's yours. It is strawberry cheesecake, maybe crumble, and so it's got icing on top of it, or like a glaze, and then it's got like some little cheesecake pieces and some strawberry pieces.
It's pretty.
And I don't know what all is in the cookie, but I'm gonna check and see how the strawberry flavor is. And we probably really should have got a palate cleanser, but
I still got salt on the tongue. I'm gonna go ahead and eat mine.
Go ahead.
Nobody will know I'm chewing on this cookie.
And if you follow us, you'll find out I go back and forth, and then I think of something I meant to say earlier. But I had started to say that we asked what the favorite cookies were when we were trying to decide what to get. And they said that this one, the strawberry cheesecake, and I think the brownie and the other cookie that they mentioned was just the milk chocolate. So I guess that's probably why it's on some type of chocolate cookies on there every week. So of the cookies, of the 4 cookies we've tried, I will say that is probably my favorite.
Mine too.
It's sweet. It's got a good consistency. I don't know. I always thought I liked really chewy cookies. Like I usually try to not cook them all the way so that they're falling apart. But I kind of like the drier cookie. Like it has more depth to it. It's like it's heavier. It stays with you longer. But that one is very good. It has a lot of strawberry flavor, and I can't really figure out why. I didn't get any of the cheesecake pieces on it, I don't think. But there is stuff. If you look down, follow me down. If you look down, you see that there are like some pieces of probably cheesecake and strawberry inside the cookie, and then also on top. Yeah. So
that's a big hunt, right?
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's mine too.
If I had to rank them, I'm gonna rank them real quick, and then we'll try the 2 desserts. Yeah. Because this is our first video, and we don't want to bore anybody. So I would say to rank them would be the strawberry, peanut butter, the toffee, sea salt chocolate toffee, and last would be just the traditional milk chocolate cookie because I've had a better one. Yeah. I mean, that I think you do need a little bit of chewiness too, and it was fairly dry. It had a really good taste. It just wasn't really sweet. It was almost like you know how when you go to a restaurant and you get some kind of bread and it's like a roll and it's got just a hint of sweetness to it, but it's not really a sweet bread. That's kind of what that is. So
I would swap 3 and 4. I would do the chocolate chip last. Or next to last, the salt one would probably be my least favorite.
And that's just because you knew what it was. If I had brought that in and said this is a double chocolate chip,
if I didn't know there was salt on it, I'd have worn
it. So we're going to do the 2 desserts.
Cake.
And so this, let me wipe my knife off at least. This, and we'll be eating on these cookies for days. So that is, it's not like you're going to sit down and you probably couldn't eat one in the setting. I wouldn't think one of them by yourself. I mean, well. The average American.
Yeah, average American. Yeah.
So this is a cookies and cream brownie, and I can tell you I will like this.
I like the icing already.
Because it's got icing on it.
It's falling apart.
Because that's what I want is lots of icing.
Need a fork.
And very little.
Oh yeah.
Cake.
I'm
so that's your piece.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm gonna get this one.
Come on.
All right. So it does have a good icing to brownie ratio, and we'll see how close this brownie is to that sea salt cookie because they said they were similar.
What you think? I mean, don't give you the whole thing, but
it's really good.
All right, I'm gonna be sophisticated. I'm gonna extend my pinky. That icing though, I just want to try. Hold on. That's good. That's not like that, no offense, but that Walmart.
No, that's buttercream. I mean, that's real buttercream. That's not the fake buttercream.
I'm going all in. That's pretty tough right there. That's good. That hit hard.
All right, so let's try the cake. I think I will like the desserts better than the cookies because I like the icing. Like for my birthday, that's what I always want is an iced cake or an iced cookie, I mean.
Now, if you had a big one of these, that'd work for like a wedding or something.
Oh, yeah, and they do have, it's called like the celebration cake, and it's like this, but it's big, and it's like one flavor, but you can get it for different things. And I'm going to just,
You get icing though?
I did, and I think I can divide this.
We got forks. I want some icing, man.
There's icing.
Don't be stealing my icing. All right.
All right. So this is a Biscoff cake.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked up Biscoff cookies because I was like, I've heard of them. I don't know what they are. There is an actual cookie called a Biscoff cookie. And it is basically a cookie butter flavored cookie. And if you ever watch Food Network and they talk about speculoos, I know that's one of those weird ingredients they throw in. It's cookie butter. It's in a jar like peanut butter, and it is cookie butter.
Like chorizo is.
No, we won't go into the chorizo story, or you will never watch our channel again. This is the Biscoff cake. So it's like, showdown. So it's like 2 layers of cake, a little bit thicker than the cookie, but not as big around. And it's got icing between the layers. And then it's got the Biscoff cookie. Now, last week's was like Andy's Mint, and Dina was like, no, I'm not going to try that. So I was glad that they had switched to a different flavor. The cookies and cream brownie is the dessert of the month, so they have it all month, but this and then all the cookies swap out.
Now, is that like Oreos on top of that?
Yes.
That's what it looks like. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm going to try it.
Well, you don't want to do it. So
I don't taste anise in it or whatever.
No,
so that's good. Star anise.
That star anise, we're not a fan.
Yeah, that's gross.
It has some spice to it, kind of like a spice cake.
Mm-hmm.
I can taste cinnamon. I can taste maybe some nutmeg, and so I mean, it's good. Will I eat more of it? Yes. Am I a fan? Is it my favorite thing? No, because I don't really like spice cake. The icing is good, so I'm thinking that it's probably got some of that, because it did say that the Biscoff cookies had the were kind of like spiced, probably cardamom. That may be what I'm tasting is cardamom. But I mean, it's good. It's really neat that it's a little cake. I mean, for the price of it, like if you went to a restaurant and got that as a dessert for $12, you'd probably be happy. Or that brownie for $12, you'd probably be happy. Because we just went to Gatlinburg, where if you got like a tiny sliver of pie, it was $12 or $14. So, I mean, I'm gonna let Daniel have his little camera time.
All right, well, there we go.
And I'm gonna let him tell you his thoughts on the Biscoff cookie cake.
I mean, it was good. It was very spicy. I mean, I guess I would say fancy. Like it's sophisticated taste.
If it was Christmas, like for Christmas,
now that would be. If you had that with a cup of coffee, and by the way, we went to Black Rifle Coffee today. We bought a thing. If we had a cup of it and that, and we had on like a nice sweater instead of a sweatshirt and all, it would feel more. But it's a seasonal fall. I guess it's autumn is kind of the word that comes to mind. But it was delicious. My favorite of all of them would be that. This thing right here.
The cookies and cream brownie, agree.
Yeah, that's incredible. But it's not a cookie.
No.
So if you want to pay more for the desserts, then pay more, and you'll probably like them better. But the cookies are good. Now the problem is, I'm down 100 and some odd pounds in the last year and a couple of months, and I've eaten bad this week, and so we got to get rid of these tonight. We're going to start back tomorrow.
One thought about that is, like, so these on average are like, I think they were like anywhere from 580 maybe to 700 calories a piece, which we literally ate a bite of each.
Yeah.
And they're very good size. And I mean, you could save them and probably eat on them for 3 or 4 days. Yeah. And we'll share them with some of the others in the family as well. So, I mean, we got the bigger ones just because it's the first time we'd ever been there. However, if we were to do it again, I'm going to let you flip it around. So, however, if we were to do it again, they have the minis. So the minis are less expensive. And so you can get like 6 of the minis, and they range from like 180 to 280 calories a piece. So if you got 6 of those and divided them, you're looking at the whole box for, 500-600 calories if you each got half of them. So, to me, that would be the way to go, because if you're just wanting to say you've tried them, I mean, I'm one of these people who, if I order dessert, I'm going to eat one bite and then I'm done, and I'm giving it to him, which is making him have to eat more. So I would do the mini cookies. And I will say what I would do next time is do the 2 desserts in full size.
Mm-hmm.
And then do like the box of 4 or 6 of the mini cookies.
Right.
Because they come in a box. You can do a single cookie, you can do a box of 4, you can do a box of 6. I think you can do a box of 12, or you can do the minis in 6, 12, and 24, I think. There were a couple of flavors we didn't get. They had wild berry left from last week. We did not get it. Wild berry sugar. They had, help me remember, there was, pineapple whip, because it was a chilled cookie and we were going to be driving home, so we didn't want to do that because I figured it would ruin the whole box of cookies. And last week's cookies, because of St. Patrick's Day, they had a Lucky Charms cookie and a Fruity Pebbles with milk cookie. And so it said online that they might have those left over that you could get, but I didn't see them out, so I didn't ask, because I don't usually ask if I don't see it. So I guess that concludes our review. I think we both agree that the cookies and cream brownie, I do think, I mean, this box was what, $28.99 before tax or after tax and
It's
all?
$30. It's gonna set you back 30.
I mean, we'll probably eat on it for a couple days, and we'll have enough to share with other people in the family. So, and let them try it. So, I mean, I don't think it was a bad value. I do think it's better than a grocery store cookie or something like that. Yeah. And I think the cookies are so big that you get, I mean, it's, to me, you get your money's worth, even if you get one that you don't necessarily love. But you don't know if you love them or not till you try them.
Go with the minis.
I think the minis. I think we would do that now. Hey, except in the desserts, get the big ones.
Yeah. Don't forget, and again, this is our first video. You know,
I'm gonna flip it around so you can talk on camera.
But don't forget to like this video if you will, and hit subscribe. It's Happi-LEE, L-E-E, ever after. And we'd love for you to follow us. We've got several videos we're going to try to do, and just looking forward to getting to know some of y'all. Be nice in the comments, please. That would be helpful. And just enjoy it. Get out and enjoy life and live it up. And may God bless you. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.